My son, Cooper. Cups. Cuppy Doodles. However you wish to call him. He's got a lot of nicknames in my house. Cooper, after Brock Purdy, let me get this right. Brock Purdy comes in against the Miami Dolphins. Jimmy Garoppolo gets carted off. Let's get this week right here. The exact date when we first saw Brock Purdy take a snap in a meaningful game, December 4th. First week of December. And then he beats Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. So this is the night, December 11th. He's drifting off to sleep. I'm hanging with him. And he says, Dad, can Brock Purdy win Rookie of the Year? God bless him. Mm-hmm. After just his first career start and win. Can he win Rookie of the Year? You know? And I said to him, I don't know. I don't know if there's any hard and fast rule. So, again, this is very most important part of the story. Left the room to get my phone because I didn't have my phone on me because I'm present.
I brought that up to Susan, by the way, the other day.
And what did she say?
I just had your back. I was like, Rich didn't have his phone in the room, just so you know.
And what was her reaction?
She just kind of looked at me.
Yeah, like she wanted the other...
The other answer?
The other answer to be true. But at any rate, and sure enough, I grabbed my phone. I emailed NFL Network Research, and the staff there said, there's no rule. There's no rule. So Brock Purdy, for the San Francisco 49ers, didn't play a meaningful snap all year long till December the 4th. And then after that, beat Tom Brady and the Bucs, went up to Seattle for his first career road start, swept the Seahawks, which, as we know, is a pretty key W, as it meant a lot in the standings in the division, and then that allowed them to again win the final 3 games of the year. He won his 5 starts after coming against the Miami Dolphins. And so guess what? Guess who is a finalist for AP Rookie of the Year today? His name is Brock Purdy, along with Kenneth Walker III and Garrett Wilson of the Seahawks and Jets, respectively. Now, Garrett Wilson had a terrific year of 1,100 yards, and Kenneth Walker had a 1,000-yard rushing season. Yep. The only one on the screen who played from start to finish, that would be Garrett Wilson of the Jets. Kenneth Walker came in the middle of the year, and he made much of the opportunity.
Like week 5.
Right. Yeah. Week 5.
I think Wilson, it's his award, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
How are you going to give it to a guy who played 6 games?
Easily.
Because he dominated those 6 games.
Easily. He dominated. He's got the best team.
And Wilson had 3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wilson had Flacco to start, Zach Wilson, then Mike White, then Zach Wilson, then Mike White, then Flacco. I can't believe the Jets season started and finished with Flacco. I still can't get over that. Happened.
Wait till you have Aaron Rodgers next year.
You know what? I would take that now. I go back and forth on that.
I don't want to derail our...
No, you don't have to derail it. I'm just pointing out that Purdy made it. And that, if Purdy wins it, that can absolutely be legit.
As you said, it's kind of the story that's taken over the second half of the year. And so I guess that's kind of a reward for, hey, we'll make you a finalist.
Or the second half of the year when you include the playoffs, and that doesn't. These votes are all, I believe, tabulated once the regular season's over.
I mean, if he wins the Super Bowl, yeah.
Well, I know that, and I kind of think, with all due respect to Chris Olave, who was the third man in and the Pepsi version of this award, that Purdy should be a finalist. What he has done and what he did do, was take a team and didn't screw it up and actually improve their chances. He took a team that was third in the standings in the conference and they finished second. Now, you could say the Vikings had a lot to do with it. But if I had a vote for this, and I'm biased, I'd have voted for Purdy. I would have voted for Brock Purdy. What he did to finish this season and finish it up well for the 49ers and look the way that he did and as polished as he did. And, Seattle is a very difficult place to play. That could have been one of those, can't win them all. Kid just started. Kid was the last pick in the draft. It's truly unbelievable. And I think you could extrapolate out to the full season. If he played a full season, the Niners would still be a 2 seed. The way that he played the final 6 weeks. Go ahead. You can push back, Chris. I could see your face and you think that's ridiculous, but I don't know.
It's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, if he
okay.
plays this way for 6 weeks, it also helped to have McCaffrey sitting there too. That's for sure. McCaffrey had a couple weeks under his belt before he showed up.
It also helped to have his entire roster of superstars.
But he also could throw behind those superstars and have a tip drill interception. He could also dirt it at the feet of one of those superstars a little bit too much. He could also fumble the snap. He could also have trouble at the mesh point with some of his superstars.
Reads.
He could have problems with all of those, and he hasn't done any of them. And as a matter of fact, he's actually enhanced things.
I mean,
he wasn't asked to win any of the games. He was asked to not lose them.
But Chris, like you just said, though, he had his old team. So they had a team that was set up for success. So all the pressure, imagine all this pressure. This kid, last pick, comes in. And now he wasn't never getting snaps with the first team.
Also, hold on, let me push back on one other thing because I know the answer to it already. Who's the guy who really is an engine of this team? Debo's there. Debo is their true, id. Their engine in a way, but their id.
It was Kittle.
Correct. And where was Kittle with Garoppolo and Lance? Not doing these last 6 weeks. Kittle's connection with Purdy has been amazing.
Made him an all-pro.
Debo was there. McCaffrey was there towards the middle of the season. But Kittle on this offense was kind of, I want to use the word non-existent, even though I just did. Certainly wasn't as front and center. Purdy has found Kittle. That's no question about it. Kittle's numbers with Purdy doesn't compare to what we saw for the first 10 weeks of the season.
What do you have, like 10 touchdowns?
I was almost going to say something.
So you got to give credit.
Maybe is Kittle like? I was almost going to say this, Rich. Is Kittle like a little overrated? Before? And then Purdy came in, and I was like,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, no. Kittle is Kittle. Yeah, he wasn't doing anything. Those other guys weren't getting him the ball. Not like Purdy. But then again, Rich, the tight end's a young quarterback's best friend.
Correct.
Right? So
usually the young quarterback will find the tight end first, but it's not like Debo's disappeared, McCaffrey disappeared, or anybody else. Ayuk, too.
That's a good team, man.
That's why I would choose Purdy as my guy. Sorry, Garrett.
Yeah, prisoner of the moment.
Okay. 8-4. Well, you put that up as a poll question there. Who's Rookie of the Year?
Sure.
Put that up there. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.